Hey everyone, Jody from Burdock Off-Road Adventures here. Today we're going to go over our new and upcoming project with the Ford Performance front drive unit and our rear gearing. Stay tuned. Alright, so if any of you all have watched the recent Dana Spicer videos or Bronkbuster videos, you may have heard mention that the Ford Performance FDU, which is made by Dana Spicer because it has the Spicer off-highway sticker on the tube here. But anyway, the differential housing for the Ford Performance FDU, the housing itself is the exact same as the Advanced Track 4x4 FDU. The reason is well, I check it back. It only is if you go to 513 or a 538 gear set. The reason is, as Zach from Dana really highlights in his video, and we'll put a link down below so you guys can watch that, is because this housing is a little bit deeper than the stock FDU with the 4.71. So that's why when you go to Ford Performance and you try to buy one of the FDUs, if you go with a 513 or a 538 FDU, which is front drive unit, I believe, uh, it costs several $100s more, probably I think almost close to $1,000 more. The reason is because this is the exact same housing. So it's a little deeper, and Zach illustrates that. He'll do a little putty test. If you're trying to upgrade your stock FDU and you put that taller gear in there, guess what? There's going to be less oil circulation. So as many of you all follow me on Instagram know, initially we had bought a set of Revolution gears for the front and rear, and we were simply going to re-gear. That way our 38s would be the same as stock with the new gear ratio. And we decided to go against that. We returned the Revolution gears. But when I saw Zach's video and this, I was like, you know what? Might as well do it. So now that we got this new FDU, the plan is to switch over the Bronkbuster tube. Now this thing does have a intermediate shaft. I don't know if I'll get to keep the stock one or not, because this one, I may keep the stock one as a spare. I guess we'll just see, because if I go to sell the stock front one, then I'm gonna probably have to let it go with it, and probably the tube, the factory tube too. So we'll just kind of see. We'll wait until we get to the install, and we'll talk to the shop and see what their thoughts are. Just full disclosure, this right here is stuff that I consider to be out of my scope. If my rig wasn't my daily driver and I had like a full garage with a lift and power tools and everything else in the world that you can think of, I might try to tackle a project like this, except for the rear, because this right here is pretty much swapped. It's a swap. But that's just not my scope, and I'm not afraid to admit that. I have humility. I'm not a master mechanic. I'm not certified in anything, so just be mindful of that whenever you watch my videos. So real quick, so that's the FDU 538. It's got a little spot here for the plug in the locker, some other stuff. Well, if you change the front gears, guess what? You have to change the rear gears, or else you're going to tear some stuff up. So Ford Performance also sells a ring and pinion for the M220 rear. I think I said M220 first up here. Sorry, M210. But M220 rear, new ring and pinion. Comes with other parts here. Also, they sell it's basically, I call it an install kit, but it's basically a rebuild kit, whatever you want to call it. You need this stuff whenever you go to replace the rear end. Comes with a new gasket, all these new bearings, not wheel studs, but the studs to mount the cover back on. So that way, when we go to do all this, do it all at once. Now, we do have the Rock Krawler Triangulated 4-link rear suspension coming in as well. You've probably seen that in our friends Adventures of Rogers and Henderson. They put theirs in. They love it. We ordered one. It's still not here yet, but it will be here probably by the time, sure, probably sometime after we get to Arizona, which is in a couple of weeks from now. Right now, it's April 11th. And tomorrow we drive out for Supercell, and then we get back. We're going to move down to Phoenix from Chicago. So, woohoo. But anyway, so once we get all the parts together, the game plan is to take it to a shop, because they're going to have to take the rear end out of the vehicle anyway to do the truss of the 4-link kit. Well, you already got it down. Why not go ahead and just re-gear it? Cut your labor cost a little bit. So anyway, more of that to come later. But anyway, so I just want to kind of show this to you guys. Like I said before, if you look at the gear calculators online, when you take the 471 that comes in the Sasquatch model like we have, and the stock 34-inch, I think it's 34.5-inch tire, it says 35, but we all know it's 34.5, if that. If you take that, put it in the calculator, put a 513 gear in with 30-inch tires, it's the exact same ratio, almost. or at least pretty dang close. So we shouldn't even have to modify our speedometer any. It should read perfectly. So anyway, okay, so we have the close up here. You see your rear locker. I'm not sure what that hose goes to, but I'm sure it's important. Notice this has a plug on the end of it. This has a little shower cap thing on the end of it. This side doesn't though. It's got gear oil leaking out. So I'm going to have to make sure I position that for the move down to Arizona to where it doesn't leak out any grease, or if it does, we'll have to make sure that whenever they go to install this thing that it will have grease put back in it. So since I have the Bronco Buster diff tube, I will be swapping it out onto here and taking this one off. This does have I looked in there, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but I did look in there earlier. It does have an intermediate shaft. Oh, here, you know, if you're going to have 513s in the front, guess what? You have 513s in the rear. So here is our rear ring and pinion, and here is the Ford Performance, lack of a better term, I guess, rebuild kit or install kit. It includes all kinds of bearings and all kinds of fun stuff. A new cover gasket with bolts. So pretty much a one-stop package with Bronco Buster. Anyway, hope you guys like this video. We'll put some links below. Please give a shout out to our friend Bronco Buster if you decide to get one for yourself. He has a Ford Performance dealer now, which is who we got this through. Excellent customer service, left Tyler to death. We're going to see him down in Tennessee next week, and more to come. Stay tuned. Peace out, guys. As always, hope you guys consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Very excited to get this piece in, as well as some of the other pieces we got coming. We hope you guys will be around to get our thoughts and our opinions on that as soon as they get in. Just want to give you a sneak preview. More to come soon. Thank you guys so much.